Oh, yeah, just put one.
Yeah, it's one. But you say X next to it, like 1X. Okay, done deal.
Oh,
Yeah.
you turned it on?
Yeah, I mean,
Okay,
I'm, what do you call it? AYAVLOGZ. No.
okay, yeah, I see.
See. Okay, let me see. Let's see, AYAVLOGZ. Let's see who's number one. Give him a cookie. Oh, stay. Stay a minute. Stay a few minutes, no? Stay. You don't want to stay? Hey.
That's exactly what is being used.
Chino YT in number one. Beautiful cat. Is that your cat?
You have a terrible cancer. It's spreading uncontrollably in your pancreas. If I could just take a little marker of that cancer cell, not the whole cancer cell, just a little marker on the surface, and make an mRNA vaccine against the cancer, I can get your immune system
Against the
cancer in a way that a surgeon or a radiation therapist might do. And that way your immune system, which should have recognized it through the cancer, can kill it. The issue between cancer is that there's an infection, so it's not supposed to be there. And so that's the technology.
On to the next one. Hello, Sin Innocent. Shout out. Shout out, good morning. Arlene Rapoledo, Jesse Wall. Beautiful. On to the next one. Look at that flower. Very nice. Very nice.
I think this is great. Let's take it to the streets. This is actually a V8 that produces 355 horsepower, and if you floor it,
Hello from Holland.
it was 0 to 100 of about a week. But that's
This
not what
is
the car's for. It's super spacious on the inside. It's
Lamborghini
super
driver.
nice. Starts at about
I'm
$50,000.
Representative Aya.
Top spec called the high
How you
country,
doing?
which includes real leather.
We're gonna drive a little
I'm
bit.
not entirely sure what this
Keep you
looks
busy.
like. Maybe texturized plastic, and I'd even go as far as saying that stitching is also going to be. So the high country goes for a little bit more, about $75,000, and you get a much nicer spec all around.
Let's drive a little bit, show you the city, show you the sunshine. Yep, another day, another blessing. Some say another day, another dollar. The love you give, the love you get. Ho, 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 ho. New Jersey on the other side. We're in the Upper West Side now. area used to be a parking lot. Now it's all redeveloped. All this brand new luxury, fancy, high-rise building. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable. I used to park my car here. Get a request. A request from the boss to adjust the camera. It's just a request from the boss. Schoolia, ascuta.
What is she singing? That's coming up next. Hey, presenting the best of the best podcasts at our 2021 iHeartRadio Podcast Awards. Almost 100 million people listen to podcasts every month, and you can check out all the categories and nominees now at iHeartRadio.com/podcast awards. Watch the show Thursday at iHeartRadio's YouTube channel and on its Facebook channel.
I'm Bernie Ryder with the WOR traffic. It's still about a 40-minute wait from the 8095 approach to the George Washington Bridge below. That's around 25. I thought because of earlier problems. Lincoln and Holland both at 15 minutes. Now, if you are traveling on the stretch of 95 northbound by Pelham Parkway, there is an accident. At least one lane is taken out. You're down back on Country Club Road, which is exit 17. The LIE still very heavy westbound approaching Queens Boulevard. Some time, and Bell Parkway westbound delays into Knapp Street with an accident. There's no return vehicle on Sills Road northbound before Long Island Avenue in Yaphank. This report is sponsored by Merrill. When questions find you, Merrill Edge self-directed investing as personalized tools and insights to help you find answers. Get started at merrilledge.com/within-reach. Merrill Lynch, Pierce, Fenner & Smith Incorporated, registered broker-dealer, member SIPC.
Thank you for not smoking.
In 15 minutes. Now take a look
Let's
at the
see who's here. Who's here?
They're doing the old clouds and sunshine.
Who's here? Catherine Foster, wake up. We were looking for you before. So my wife say you're probably sleeping, so you're right, it's 6 a.m., so you just wake up now. What are you gonna have for breakfast? Coffee? Omelette? So can you go to the capital and see what's going on tomorrow? You live nearby, no? Go do a live from there. Eli Walker, welcome back. Nightboot, welcome back, Nightboot. Nightboot is good work. Vegas. Angel Vegas, sound like Las Vegas. Medellin. Goose Vendrell. What is that noise? Sound like an ambulance. Freaking ambulance. Even Lamborghini driver is here. All this building here is like Trump building. Manhattan. Oh, you know other Washington? It's not the same Washington? I see. Michelle Nunes, welcome back.
Selection, L-certified by Lexus, great models, U.S. News and World Report, they say the best certified pre-owned program. Lexus of
I see.
unlimited mileage warranty, 4 complimentary services, exceptional offers. Lexus of Bridgewater, 1550, Route 22, Bridgewater, New Jersey. Online, lexusofbridgewater.com. It's more than being stuck in a pressure. It's doing motivation. Feeling lost and not having any vision for the future. Dr. Bluff can change all that. He can get your life moving forward again. Depression and anxiety can seem insurmountable, but these debilitating issues can be overcome. I'm Dr. Bluff, executive life coach and hypnotist, and you don't have to let depression rule your life. I have succeeded with NSFW using hypnosis, which is based on the science of neuroplasticity, to change the way you process and experience information. Anxiety, addiction, sexual dysfunction, these all can be eliminated. I've been helping people throughout the New York area resolve business and personal issues for over 40 years. Let's move your life forward together. Visit me at websolutions.com or call person consultation at 20% off your first order when you subscribe at blackriflecoffee.com/talk. Female veteran Evan Hayes started Black Rifle after over 20 years in the U.S. Army as an infantryman and special forces soldier. Now he wants to send you the best coffee you're going to get anywhere right to your door. It's what I drink every morning. This is the best coffee you can get anywhere. Your search is over, friends. Go to blackriflecoffee.com/talk. Sign today, get 20% off with promo code BUCK. That's blackriflecoffee.com/talk. Sign up today for 20% off with promo code BUCK.
Looking for an easier way to find your next call center or accounting job? It's time to get to know Express Employment Professionals. Visit expresspros.com to find one of more than 830 locations to support any job search. And there's never a fee.
I'm Dr. Ed Snyder from Filter Proton Therapy Center located in Somerset, New Jersey.
Really? Sunny and cloudy.
56th Street, blocked off from 5th Avenue to Madison, and the little chant that they have outside, you think he's coming to town. And I don't know, I talked to a lot of people. I tried to get a broad section, and really not a lot of New Yorkers seem worried.
Any fool that goes to the state capitol right now with the stuff they got over there, you begging for it. You might just go to jail, not going to jail. That's America. I'm not a president that's an idiot. No way.
Not worried. I think people got the message. Just, all the extra policing out, and even if people start something, I think everybody's prepared to nip it in the bud pretty early. Right, so, in Times Square, talk to a guy, and, I'm like, have you seen increased security? Have you seen more police? Anything. And this guy's like, not so much. I think the media's it's a lot of hype.
I don't think anything's going to happen. They're just building it up and scaring people as far as I'm concerned. That's the media's fault. I understand what happened in the Capitol was terrible, but I don't think it's going to happen again, and they're scaring a lot of people. And I haven't seen too much more boarded up, no. And the security you see around Trump's building where he has his apartment, it's usually like that when he comes into town. But it's nothing out of the ordinary. Yesterday there were more police officers at this corner, right on 46th Street, but it's still early yet. Yesterday there were about 80. So this is just a media creation, Alex? Is that what this is?
Well, the media keeps talking about, how security is being increased and places are getting boarded up in Times Square. I'm telling you, I've been here quite a few times over the last year. And yes, there's a lot of, even some of the TV footage that you see, these buildings have been boarded up for months. It's that they're not newly boarded up. Crazy top coffee shops are open. There are some other businesses boarding up, but it's not like crazy people are out with their hammers. And I was down here one morning when people were out with their hammers boarding up. That's not what we're seeing here this morning. I think security precautions are being taken that maybe are obvious, but this construction worker told me the area is just a sea of schizophrenic heroin addicts running up and down the street on a daily basis. Police don't even pay attention to them. Protests couldn't make it anymore.
I didn't have any 3-day weekend. I had to work every day. Maybe you're the lucky one.
It's not a bad problem about that anymore. It's all twisted.
3-day weekend.
And the right. The right, when they don't consent, then everybody sees it. It doesn't matter who you are. Everybody sees that something ain't right here, man. It's all bad. It's all bad. Everybody's lying. Nobody's telling the truth. And there's a handful of people who know what's really going on. My pay grade, but I'll tell you this, it ain't good. It's unfortunate that I gotta
Hey, good morning, Lorraine. How are you doing?
commit a crime within 15 years, and here's how they explain it. They say daytime drowsiness is associated with poor attention, which is related to poor brain function. Oh, see, that's where lunch comes in. Well, by the way, true story, in high school, I used to take a nap in the afternoon. I did. I mean, I would get up like at the crack of dawn, take 3 subways to go to Stuyvesant. I would take afternoon naps, and the last I looked, I didn't see any crimes, Joe. So where's the success? Well, you blame the University of Pennsylvania. Not everybody, but you're more like it. Okay. More like it.
The only thing that Len might be wrong is, at this point in his life, he might want to mail from somebody else's mail.
Well, speaking of that, did you actually go out looking for mail yesterday, Len? I bet you did. Oh, then it was like, oh, we were
Here is good. You just pass the bus. I know the bus lane, Okay, have a good day. Apple Store, baby. Come on.
All right, thanks, Joe. Next, Washington is a ghost town for Biden's inaugural. Well, why wouldn't it be? I mean, it's a speech o'clock. It's going to be a big board. But it seems to be pretty close on the ballot, so it's down Washington, setting the scene of its historically. I don't know. If you avoided some of the cities to get to those boards,
Like appreciation with high cash flows, the Federal Reserve is boosting real estate markets now with super low long-term interest rates. And where we build, it's booming. Founded in 2006 with a 15-year track record, NRIA gives you steady cash flow.
I'm comfortable too.
$1 billion of new
Catherine first. Happy New York, Happy New Year, Alex.
You'll receive reliable finger temperature and electronic payment, fastest tax-deferred income with bonuses to 21% on prime residential buildings. Your inflation protection with large rental buildings and diversified in 18 prime real estate developments, avoiding stock market risk. Call us now and do the math on our prime development. See for yourself. You know how it is. So do the math. What works? Just call 201-210-2727. 201-210-2727. So I went to the book, and I created a line of skincare that reduces the appearance of wrinkles and improves the
Don't worry, be happy. On to the next one, on to the next one, on to the next one. Should go get my omelet. On to the next one, on to the next one, on to the next one. So you think you can tell heaven from hell? Blue sky. Oh, there's breakfast right here. I can get my omelet right here. Get my coffee and omelet right here. Freezing outside. Get my coat.
That Trump at some point tomorrow morning is going to be leaving from joint base Andrews, or is leaving Washington at 8. And Michael said the real question was, when is Melania leaving him? So
fiery moment. Well, the only thing I do know I heard is that he will have touched down in Florida before the inauguration. Before Biden's actually inaugurated. So I guess you could do some math.
Maybe he is leaving at 8 some joint. I mean, it's got to be more than a 2-hour flight. To touch down before the inauguration's at noon, right?
He inaugurated right before me.
Yeah,
So
all right.
when does Biden actually become president of the United States? Is there a particular time?
12 o'clock. 12 o'clock. Well,
Right at 12.
yeah.
So Trump still has the nuclear codes.
Yes, they're going to have to set them. They keep that. They get set to Florida, and Biden's going to have a set. They're going to deactivate Trump's set once Biden takes the oath.
They said that he does travel. What do they call what they call?
Football.
But he will be traveling with that. So there has to be.
I'm sure they turn Trump's off. Don't worry.
I could just see him as he takes off, the chopper takes off from the White House lawn, and he looks down on the Capitol, and he thinks, Biden's about to be president. Where's the football? Give me the football.
Right. No, don't even think that. All right, let's go to Alex Stone, ABC News in Washington. Now, Alex is our buddy from the West Coast. We usually go to him to cover fires and other disasters out on the West Coast. They say the East Coast for a disaster, huh, Alex?
Yeah, for this one, not here. You know, what's interesting is the reason why Trump's team wants to be on the ground in Florida is because that plane becomes Biden's plane. In that moment, they would have to ask for permission to use it if he was no longer president, or I guess kick him out wherever they're flying to say, whoop, you're no longer president. Biden didn't give you permission, and, we're over South Carolina. But the idea being they want to fly while
They throw him out. They throw Trump out of the plane. Oh, well. Give him a parachute and then
yeah, they want to be on the ground with it being his plane, where he doesn't have to ask for permission to use it, and then he will fly back. No longer his plane, but on his way all the way down there. He will be president. It will be Air Force One. It would otherwise change its call signal from Air Force One to Special Mission 45, or the presidential number, Special Air Mission 45, SAM 45. If he were to be in the air when it switched over. Only has happened one time with Nixon when he was flying to California and Ford was sworn in, and they changed their call signal in midair. But they're going to go early enough. He'll land as president on his own plane in Florida, and they won't even have to worry about that.
So, Alex, what does Washington look like? We were talking to our pal Connell McShane from the Fox Business Network earlier in the morning. He said the whole place is deserted and boarded up.
Absolutely. I mean, it's like a ghost town here right now. But, there is so much security. I know our hotel is 99% federal agents and National Guard. The National Guard is everywhere. They've got the streets blocked off. The federal agents have more the deeper perimeter secured. But you walk through the streets, the areas outside the perimeter where the public can go, and everything's boarded up. You can walk right down the middle of the street that is not blocked off. There's no cars. There's no people. The only people around during the daytime, maybe some folks here and there who live in the area that are walking their dogs, just looking at it or taking pictures, or people riding their bikes around. But unless the crowd really materializes tonight, doesn't look like the crowd is going to be the problem. And the bridges into Washington are closed as of this morning. Buses aren't stopping here. The subway's not stopping here. Seems like the bigger issue is going to be what we know the FBI has told law enforcement in a bulletin late last week, that they're concerned about the lone wolf or an explosive device. But crowd, like what we saw 2 weeks ago, and the reason for all the anti-scale fencing that's up around the heart of D.C. now, it looks like people heard the warnings. You're not having anywhere to watch it. You're not welcome here. They don't want the public here. There's so much law enforcement here that if you do anything, they're going to be on you. And there's really no crowd that I've seen this year.
Hey, Alex, we have a minute left before you run. Alex is with ABC News in Washington. What's Biden showing up today? He's got some activities planned today?
Yeah, so he's heading down from Delaware today, and then tonight a somber event. It's going to be a memorial for the 400,000 Americans who have died from COVID-19. 400 lights are going to be illuminated on the outer edge of the Lincoln Memorial reflecting pool. Never been done before. This is going to be a first. but each one of those lights representing 1,000 Americans who have died from COVID-19. And it is parties, it is balls, it is celebrations. This will be very different. In this moment that we're in, it will be a somber evening. They will hold this memorial around the country, the Empire State Building, the Space Needle in Seattle will be lighting up simultaneously. Bells on churches nationwide will ring at the same time at 5:30 tonight, all for the 400,000 Americans who have died.
All right, Alex Stone, ABC News. We'll check with you tomorrow, Alex. Thanks a lot.
You got it. Sounds good. Thanks, guys.
All right, coming up next, well, here's a weird story, Michael. If you're a Playboy model, you're asking who... That can't be. Plus, we have our morning show recap coming up next. Start the new year off right by committing to improving your health. Try what I believe is one of the best products out there. I've been taking it for quite a while now. Balance of Nature's fruits and veggies has given my immune system the boost it needs to help me stay healthy and give my body the nutrients it needs to have a fighting chance. Right now, Balance of Nature is giving you their best offer of 35% off your first preferred order, plus free shipping, with promo code WOR. Balance of Nature's fruits and veggies are real, 31 different whole ripened fruits and veggies ground into capsules that provide you with over 10 servings of fruits and veggies. Give them a call or go to balanceofnature.com and tell them that Len Merman sent you. Call 800-2468-751. That's 800-2468-751. They'll even take an additional 35% off your first order with promo code WOR. Start the year off
Times Square.
balanceofnature.com. Use promo code WOR and get an additional 35% off your first preferred order. Ship to free with promo code WOR.
Everybody with the WOR traffic. It's a mess right now. It's traveling in the Bronx, first southwest on Cross Bronx. There's a crash by Jerome Avenue. It's jammed back to the Bronx Parkway. And 95 northbound between Holland Parkway and Hunt Exit 9. All lanes are completely closed in confusion of subsequent vehicle fire. Traffic is now back from East Fremont Avenue and southbound from Bridge. Driving up in slowdowns as well. Heading into particularly Holland Parkway on the stretch of 95. Meantime, if heading into the GWD, it's about 35 for the upper deck. It's going to be about 15 for the lower level. That's all because of earlier problems. Over at the Lincoln and the Holland, down to 5 to 10. This report is sponsored by Mattress Firm. It's the year in sale at Mattress Firm. For a limited time, save up to $300 on top-rated mattress brands. Plus, get a free adjustable base with your $6.99 mattress purchase. Only during the year in sale at Mattress Firm. Our next traffic update is in 15 minutes. Now let's take a look at the WOR Weather Channel forecast.
We're taking a look at Tuesday forecast. Some polar air coming in by tomorrow, taking effect in northern. Clouds and sunshine today, 41. Tonight will settle back to a mild 32 with clouds late. Tomorrow morning, some flurries and snow showers are possible, then developing sunshine, a high is cold 38. Thursday, partly cloudy, we bump it up to near 40. Currently 35 at WOR. I'm meteorologist Ray Stitch. Now, here's Joe. Look at today's top stories.
Very good morning. The Pentagon now downplaying reports of a possible insider attack during the inauguration. 2 New Yorkers have been arrested in connection with the Capitol riot, and Governor Cuomo says he wants to bypass the federal government and buy the vaccine directly from Pfizer. Details coming up on 710 WOR. Who doesn't want to win a limited edition Len and Michael t-shirt? Not to mention bragging rights. Get them both. Get in the running by registering as a contestant on Len and Michael's Tag Team Trivia. 710WOR.com/contestant. Do it now while you're thinking of it. 710WOR.com/contestant. The next best thing to own a new Mercedes-Benz is owning a certified pre-owned one from Mercedes-Benz of Paramus, New Jersey. They have over 200 vehicles to choose from with factory-backed warranties and coverage. Owning the car of your dreams has never been easier. Hurry into Mercedes-Benz of Paramus.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Now listen, if you're still holding on to that winter weight, how are you going to drop those extra pounds? Well, my good friends, I've used this diet. I lost 20 pounds. Check me out on TV. 855-5NJ-DIET on the web, njdiet.com.
For more information about contests on WOR, go to WOR710.com/rules.
We've been waiting for COVID-19 vaccines to be developed. Now, waiting for them to get to us. But you can do more than wait. You have powerful ways to help slow the spread right now and protect your family and loved ones too. Here's how. Watch your distance. Stay at least 6 feet away from folks you don't live with. It's risky to be indoors with them too. And of course, avoid crowds. Also, wear a mask. CDC reports masks protect the people who wear them and folks around them. And wash your hands using soap and water for 20 seconds. And do it frequently. Vaccines won't make COVID go away overnight, but they give us a real chance to finally overcome it. As long as we keep watching our distance, wearing our masks, and washing our hands.
Learn more about vaccines at cdc.gov/coronavirus. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Get your big screen TV for the big game that Casey Richard is on.
Did you know that Neil Armstrong knew how to fly before he got his driver's the first person to walk on the moon in Armstrong on Curiosity Stream. Curiosity Stream is a streaming video service full of thousands of documentary films and TV shows about nature, science, history, travel, and pretty much anything else you want to learn about. Spark your curiosity on any device that can stream video. Learn more and sign up today at curiositystream.com.
WOR and WAXQ HD2 New York.
Hey, Sean Hannity here to tell you about something that we all do, and that's wasting money on bottled water when you can have very affordable systems installed in our homes that give us all clean, delicious water whenever we want. So many different issues today with the water in our home. We shower with it, we brush our teeth with it, and we cook with it. You need to call my friends at Long Island Clean Water. Now, they've installed the system at my home. I love it. Long
Empty
Island Clean
times.
Water
Take a
serves the
picture.
entire New York metro area, not just Long Island. Take down their number, give them a call. 516-694-7873. That's 516-694-7873. And you can even visit their website, licleanwater.com. Now listen, when you call them, tell them I told you to call, because they're giving free installation on all of their systems for my listeners. Check out their website,
Stay safe, stay well.
or call 516-694-7873. That's 516-694-7873. The morning show that's got your back. Tuesday morning, a sunny Tuesday morning. If you want to stick around for Mark Tonight and his guest, Bill O'Reilly, who just Tony Martin, former TV host, and Michael Goodwin, colleague of mine at the New York Post, has some great columns there. I know Len's a big fan of Michael Goodwin. Aren't you, Len?
Whatever you say, Michael. I have been instructed to only say positive things about upcoming guests on this radio station. So I follow the instructions from my bosses very well.
Len, what a team. You know, we were just saying the commercial break, if you guys have been with us for the full 4 hours, and we know most of you can't, but you can check out our podcast on 710WOR.com/Len Michael. Joe, have you noticed, Natalie, have you noticed that in the beginning of the show, 6 o'clock, and we're going to do this in recap, Len gets really angry. He gets really all fired up, but by the time we roll into the 9 o'clock hour, Len is just like, this is good.
He's mellow, yeah. Well, bedtime.
It still surprises him every day. The way you guys, your freedom or what you'll say.
It's in the morning, early in the morning.
Coming.
Look how nice.
Really.
All right, Len, so you got some stories here that I should be interested in.
Oh, you have pretend you're interested? Okay, you're a team player. So, there's a lady in Brazil. Her name is Luna LeBlanc. And she actually is a Playboy model. She has a nude photo shoot coming up. So she has asked Pope Francis to light a candle and bless her upcoming nude photo shoot. I think there's a person grounded totally in reality. Anyway, no word yet from the Vatican on whether the pontiff is going to bless her photo shoot or not.
You know, thinking about that, we haven't heard from the Pope in a long time. Have we heard from the Pope much lately, Joe? I mean, you keep tabs on the Catholic stuff.
Not really. No. I mean, he did. There was some statements he made about, I guess, the violence. But he's been pretty quiet.
He has to do interesting scenario.
Natalie, waiting for Joe Biden to take over because Joe Biden's Catholic, as you know. Right?
Natalie, can we get the Pope on the phone tomorrow just to see what's up with him?
I'm sure he'd love to talk to you guys. For sure.
All right. Okay. All right, we'd like to do a little recap for you. Because we know, well, we have a lot of fun on the show for 4 hours. When Len's all fired up there at 6 o'clock. Woo, don't want to miss that tomorrow. That's your alarm clock, folks.
Hilarious. You guys are just cutie pies.
All right, we had our buddy Alex Castellanos, the ABC News political analyst. He was here, and Alex lets us know what to get ready for Biden once he's sworn in.
But everybody's getting ready for the big inaugural at noon Wednesday when America turns into a very quiet retirement community.
Oh, here we go. We got another one.
Yeah.
Yeah, but hey, well, you listen to Riedl's routine. I mean, the whole routine's going to be, we got old guy running the, really?
That was funny. Colin McShane, the Fox Business Network anchor, he was with us. He was down in Washington, D.C., and he gave us a description of what things are like down there.
I've never seen any city, more or less Washington, like this. Even in driving in last night, the perimeter around the Capitol is so wide that it's tough to even see the Capitol dome. It's just in the distance because of the National Guard checkpoints that are blocking it off. So it's certainly a lot different. I was here 4 years ago for the Trump inauguration, reporting from the National Mall. This time, yeah, we will be kept at a little bit of a distance, but the public will be kept away.
It's going to be an exciting event tomorrow, and I'm sure you'll be tuned in. Jeffrey Lichtman, the famed criminal defense attorney, was with us. He had some thoughts on Jared Porter. Now, Jared Porter was the ex-general manager of the Mets, fired by Steve Cohen because apparently Jared Porter sent some inappropriate pictures to a female reporter.
I mean, the problem with defending him is that you can't even get any traction. As Len said, just reported that he's been terminated almost immediately. Before you can even figure out what to do, the case is over. And the reason is because he's so expendable. There are so many different people that could be general manager for the Mets. It's not like, this is the one guy that you have to have. I mean, most people, if you ask 100 Met fans on the street, I would bet you that 85 of them did not know the name of the Mets' new general manager.
That was a great point, Len. I thought that Jeffrey made.
It was.
Yeah. And then, if you were with us in the 6 o'clock hour when Len was awake, Len asked Joe and me about Biden's inaugural speech.
How do you know that Biden's going to give a boring speech? I mean, that's just so typical of you. Give him. Let me talk. Let me talk. Let me talk, you two frickin' frat clowns.
Oh, God. All right, tomorrow, join us at 6 o'clock when Len will be alive. And also on the show tomorrow, Dr. Gregory Full in the Mayo Clinic. He'll be here with the latest in COVID at 8 o'clock. Sean Spicer, Trump's first press secretary, will be here at 9 o'clock. And ABC's Alex Stone and Aaron Katursky will be reporting live from Washington, D.C. I have a big show coming up for you tomorrow. You don't want to miss it. But now you want to stick around for Mark Simone and his guests, Bill O'Reilly, and my post-columnist, Michael Goodwin. All right, we'll talk to you tomorrow, everybody. Take care. Time for the news. It's 10 o'clock.
Eyes and ears to your world. We are the voice of New York. And again, WOR.
An iHeart radio station.
37 degrees at 10 o'clock. And good morning, I'm Joe Bartlett. The Mets have fired their new general manager, Jared Porter, after a sexting scandal. New owner Steve Cohen says they have zero tolerance with that type of behavior.
Just when Mets fans thought they had a winner, it's revealed new GM Jared Porter sent salacious texts to a foreign sports reporter. ESPN reports Porter was working for the Cubs in 2016 when he briefly met the woman in an elevator and later sent her pictures of a hotel he would be staying at, along with Anthony Weiner-style pictures of his pants. And then he went full Monty. Albus Sackton, Rossini, WOR News.
Another arrest ahead of tomorrow's inauguration. A Queens man arrested for threatening lawmakers. Correspondent Aaron Katursky has that story for us. The FBI arrested Brendan Hunt at his home in Queens after law enforcement officials told ABC News he threatened to harm unnamed lawmakers. He was not at the Capitol January 6th, but we're told he posted threats online and was caught in the same broad FBI sweep that has targeted anyone who could potentially disrupt the inauguration or the running of government. President-elect Biden going to be sworn in tomorrow with security in the nation's capital now extremely tight. It's just kind of eerie on the streets of Washington right now. There is fencing up everywhere, troops and federal agents standing guard, but the streets are otherwise silent and empty. Most of the storefronts are all boarded up. Much of the heart of D.C. is closed. Every now and then you come upon a Starbucks that's open, but otherwise nobody is really around. Everything is strangely quiet. As correspondent Alex Stone, Joe Biden will attend church service tomorrow morning with Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell. he's not going to be meeting with President
Both
Trump.
Trump skipping the swearing in altogether. Instead, they're leaving town early tomorrow morning. The president getting the Joint Base Andrews send-off he wanted. The military band and a red carpet, with troops standing by as he boards Air Force One for the last time and heads to his new home in Florida.
Of course, Cecilia Vega, Governor Cuomo skipping the inauguration. He says he's been warned about possible violence at the state capitol in Albany. The governor also is worried about the dwindling supply of the coronavirus vaccine.
Pfizer says it needs the okay from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services before selling to the state. This comes after Governor Cuomo wrote a letter to Pfizer asking if they would sell to New York directly.
Look, my job as governor of New York is to pursue every avenue, and that's what I'm doing.
Now, one official in the incoming Biden administration says selling to the states could cause problems because then the states may end up bidding against each other. I'm Scott Springwell, WOR News.
And some good news, no fare hike for busing subway riders. The MTA says they can't afford it.
Subway riders are pretty shocked that the MTA actually heard their calls to hold off raising fares.
I'm very surprised. I didn't know this was going to happen.
It's already too high for what we get. Trains are late, sometimes they're dirty. We pay a lot of money already.
The cash-strapped MTA believes a Biden White House will help bail them out of their pandemic budget hole with billions of dollars in aid. As for those fare hikes, MTA board members will likely take a look at them again before the year is out. No one laden to blow our news.
10:03 is our time. Let's get this traffic check with Bernie Buckner. Bernie?
Good morning. Unfortunately, we still the problem on the stretch of 95 northbound between Pelham Parkway and the Hudge. There's a crash and a vehicle fire. A couple lanes are blocked off. Stop traffic back from before the Bruckner interchange. It's also causing some heavy stop on rubbernecking slowdowns on 95, trying to head into the Hutch. On the Cross Island northbound, you're busy from the LI East to Northern Boulevard with a collision. That's been there for quite some time. The inbound Gowanus is crawling up to 38th Street. There is a disabled vehicle in the center lane. DW Bridge now down to 15 for the upper. It's about 5 to 10 for the lower. Lincoln, Holland 5. This report is sponsored by Merrill. When questions find you, Merrill Edge self-directed investing is personalized tools and insights to help you find answers. Get started at merrilledge.com/within-reach. Merrill Lynch, Pierce, Center & Smith Incorporated, registered broker-dealer, member SIPC. I'm Bernie Viter on 710 WOR. Multi-meal sampling with your special someone, or energetic games of sex with your dog, or more joyful moments with your grandchildren. Every day's little things can be the most meaningful when you've been diagnosed with breast cancer. So here's something you should know. If radiation is part of your cancer treatment plan, proton therapy at Procure Proton Therapy Center. Side effects like damage to the heart, lungs, and blood vessels versus standard radiation. There's also a 60 to 80% reduction in dose of healthy surrounding tissues when you compare to standard radiation. You have more freedom to live and enjoy what matters most to you. By bringing the most advanced radiation treatment available close to home, Procure personalizes cancer care for your medical needs and your lifestyle. Learn more by visiting Procure.com today.
Bright sunshine here this afternoon with 42 our high today. Possible again tonight, low 34. These flurries are sunshine. Tomorrow is in sunshine. Wednesday, high 38. Thursday, sun skies, the high near 40. Friday, sun skies and forecast up to 43. Here, guys, hours and 60 WOR. Good look at anything. My message is it's the year-end sale and message. Save up to $300 on top-rated mattress brands, plus get a free adjustable base with your $6.99 mattress purchase. Only during the year-end sale of Mattress Firm. Wall Street is higher in the early trading this morning. Dow Jones Industrial Average is up 130 points. S&P's up 22. NASDAQ up 113. 10:06 is our time right now. That's the news. Next update at 10:30. Breaking news at 1. I'm Joel Bartlett on 710 WOR and NBC News radio station.
710 WOR has a $1,000 stimulus check to help pay your bill.
A brand in your hand.
Right now, text the nationwide keyword WIN, W-I-N, to 200-200. You'll get a confirmation text and info. Standard data and message rates apply in this nationwide contest. That's WIN to 200-200.
A brand in your hand. Western New York, Mark Simone on WOR.
during the pandemic lockdown, and the Tuesday weekend, now I'm walking, good, Joe Biden, and what day it is, and where I am, that's what. But it's the final day on Trump presidency. Wow, didn't you say that? Final day of the Trump presidency. The last one happened today, and then tomorrow, the inauguration takes place back in besides all the Washington swamp people, donors, and all that sort of stuff, get invited, and get a lot of money. A lot of those tickets go for big bucks that Sony can afford to come to the inaugural, get a private meet and greet with this person, that person, go to an inaugural ball. So that's all off. Instead of the usual 200,000 invitations, only 1,000 have been sent out. And it's pretty much just the swamp. The congressmen, the Washington officials, they got in a few hundred donors. They're big donors that they're mingling with the crowd. Wait, do we know where these 1,000 people will be? They can't all be on the Capitol steps in those seats behind the inauguration, can they? Or there's an audience in front, too. No, there's probably going to be limited seating down in the front, I would assume. But how are they going to do this? They're going to have to do the distancing, right? Yeah, social distancing with the circles, probably. Yeah, that circle, the company that paints the circles, they must have gone, we just got an order for 1,000 circles. And there must be weeks of painting these 1,000 circles. No, why do they do this horn hunt? It's to keep Biden awake. It's the only way they can keep him awake through the speech. So, what do we do tomorrow at noon after, well, I guess we'll be covering the adventures of bumbling Biden every day. We'll be covering the return of the swamp as they take charge again of everything. So, it's the last day of the Trump presidency. It's day 325 of the pandemic, of the lockdown. Day 325. Unbelievable that we've been going through it this long. Anyway, the swamp will be back. Things will go back to normal, back to the way it was. The Obama team takes over. This is really the return of the Obama administration. Biden will act as the figurehead, but everybody in the cabinet, in the office, in the staff, everybody running everything is from the Biden administration. You got everybody from Ron Klain to Tony Blinken to all these Biden people will be back. The president, again, kept quiet. Melania, the first lady, made a nice speech.
I have been inspired by incredible Americans across our country who lift up our communities through their kindness and courage, goodness and grace.
Doesn't she sound like a wonderful woman? Yeah. I'm sure she ended up with Donald Trump. Letitia James is preparing charges against her as we speak. Oh, wow. We don't know for what. She'll make up something. Cy Vance will be charging her with something.
As Donald and I conclude our time in the White House, I think of all of the people I have taken home in my heart and their incredible stories of love, patriotism, and determination.
Now, Joe Biden, she is a wonderful woman. I've known her for a million years. She really is a wonderful woman. And you look at his kids. They really like his kids, aren't they? I mean, wouldn't you be proud of those kids? Yeah, Donald Trump Jr. kind of went off the rails a little bit. But yeah, they're, overall, I mean, for growing up the way they did, they came out very nice. Yes. But when you say he went off the rails, that's just, you didn't like what he said, or he's talking too much. But I'm talking about the way he conducted his life. Yes. Business. Family. I mean, it's a good kid. I mean, you compare that with Hunter Biden, going off the rails. You're dating your brother's widow, you're sleeping in the pole dancer, and then you marry her after 2 weeks, and then you're kicked out of the army for drugs, and you're pulled over by the cops to kind of crack fight. Your driver's license, even badge. I mean, which kid would you rather have to worry about and deal with? Certainly not Hunter. No. Will he be at the inaugural? I would think special circle just for Hunter. So the rumor is there'll be 100 pardons today. The President Trump is preparing his final pardon list. 100 pardons is not a lot. In fact, when he leaves, he will have done fewer pardons than any other president in a long time.
The other administrations have done pardons in the thousands. This is going to be a couple hundred by the time he's done. If there are hundreds today, we don't know who's on them. Not really the buildings that not known if committed any crime. If they're locked up in prison, I think they were criminal. We're also talking about the family, the kids. The kids have committed no crimes of any kind. So there would be no reason for pardon. There's no crime. Well, why would you pardon somebody with the pardon? So rumors about the list include Sheldon Silver. Can you figure out what that's all about?
No, I was hoping you could shed some light on that. Why would Trump have any mercy for him?
Did they do well? Yeah, I was trying to look back at that. All the years that Trump was doing business, it required a lot of interaction with government, help from government, permits, stuff like that. So Sheldon Silver may have been good to him like that. I think another factor is Sheldon Silver is part of the Orthodox community here in New York, and Trump is very close to them. And who knows, maybe they went and lobbied for this pardon. Every major group gets a pardon. That's generally how it works. With every president, you go to everybody. Who do you want for? Who do you want for? Who do you want for? So they may have Sheldon Silver on their list. And there could have been a Jared connection too, also Orthodox. But more than that, Jared, all those years, when you're a real estate guy and you're building stuff all over the place in New York State, you need help from guys like Sheldon Silver. That's how you get it done. So he may have been good to both of them through the years. And it's kind of, listen, Sheldon Silver kept himself out of jail for 5 years after sentencing. You gotta give him credit. That's the best string puller ever. 5 years he pulled all these strings and kept out of jail. But he's been in jail for about, 6 or 7 months? That's 7 months. And that's kind of where the party is supposed to be used. Somebody's been convicted, gone to prison, and then you decide to pardon. You're not supposed to pardon people before a crime or anything like that. It's not usually done. So other than that, I know there's going to be a lot of people on the list. It's just names you won't know. Criminals, drug dealers. There's a big bad pardon through the years, obviously. You think of Mark Rich, but remember, there was an invasion of the Capitol. Crazy radicals invaded the Capitol. This was during Reagan's final years. And it was not like this last incident where it was basically the trespassing. In this incident in the 80s,
Pumpkin
they brought in
Patrol, welcome.
They were going to blow up the Capitol, and they planted explosives all over the place. It was led by a woman named Susan Albertson. She was arrested, she was tried, she was convicted, she was sent to prison, and she got a pardon because Jerry Nadler pushed for it. The new President Bill Clinton. Jerry Nadler got her pardon, even though she had tried at one point to blow up the Capitol building that he works in. He got her pardon. It's swamp. You can't predict well, I guess you can predict what they'll do. Whatever helps them, 145 violent riots all over America. And their reaction is, a bunch of people walk into the Capitol. That's just the worst act of terrorism ever in American history. And all of a sudden, finally they wake up. Now they're against riots, all of a sudden. So, I forgot, where are we in impeachment? I forgot all about that. Isn't there supposed to be a trial today? Or is that I think tomorrow you're supposed to go into session and do it. How could you do it tomorrow? They said we all have to go to the inauguration. It doesn't last all right. I don't think that would well, first of all, it would involve the Senate and Mitch McConnell. McConnell is going to go to church with Joe Biden tomorrow. Wow, look at this wire come together. Look at when Trump took over. Mitch McConnell was his best friend. Mitch McConnell was on the phone with Biden. I didn't really know the guy. I talked to him. But he was awful that day. Swamp. So they're right back together. So starting tomorrow afternoon, we can begin covering the return of the swamp. What does it mean immediately? Well, lift the travel ban, no travel ban, third on the wall. Caravans are already forming. That's a lot of illegal pouring into the country. The only thing that would hold that back right now is the virus. But listen, these crazy swamp liberals, even the Cuomo's about why can't we just stop anybody coming off the plane at an airport? But you don't mind 11 million illegals pouring across the border. can't check or do any medical personnel. So that's one thing. The other big thing is they'll immediately take away our energy independence. One thing Trump accomplished, and we'll put up the list of accomplishments later. It's an amazing list of accomplishments. One is, for the first time ever, we were totally energy independent. We had more oil than anybody. In fact, we were at the point where we were selling oil to the Middle East. So we were totally energy independent. That's why your energy costs have dropped. That's why gasoline prices have dropped. That's all over. They'll head back up. Biden's going to cancel the Keystone Pipeline and the fracking and all that stuff. Keystone Pipeline is one of the first things he will cancel. It's a big symbolic thing. Also, it's a big favor to Warren Buffett because it competes with him. His business, one of the
How you doing, Diana? Good morning.
Railroad and tankers delivering oil. So shutting down that pipeline puts it all back to delivering by rail and all that stuff. And you said, well, that sounds more expensive. That's a lot more expensive. You'll be paying for Trump. You'll see a big difference in the price. And then there'll be they'll sign all these wonderful incredible energy companies that have done that. The solar panels and everything. So that's the Biden plan to switch to the unique position from the energy. Solar. And stuff like that. But they try to create this new narrative that never happened. The big fear is the right wing, these extremists, this white supremacists. You've seen a white supremacist group? I'm sure they actually exist somewhere.
Yeah, I don't know where they are.
White supremacists. I'm sure if you went to, where are they? Like Tennessee or West Virginia or someplace, I'm sure there's a couple of them. No Trump supporters ever met these white supremacists. And then, remember this term, the alt-right. That was some years ago. The other one is QAnon. I don't know if anybody's ever seen a QAnon. I don't even know what a QAnon is, or where you would find a QAnon. So they create all these boogeymen that you're supposed to be afraid of. That's why all the troops. Chuck Todd, did you see him interview the D.C. mayor on Meet the Press?
I don't watch Meet the Press.
Yeah, they should have just come in that segment and arrested Chuck Todd for fraud and taken him away. It was the fakest interview. He never once said to this mayor, the day of the Capitol vote, why didn't you have a correct police presence? Why didn't you set up a perimeter around the Capitol? Why was the only time it was a mass demonstration and no police perimeter to keep something going to effect? Why? You never asked it. Never asked. Nobody's interested in that. The fact he treated her like did a great job protecting the Capitol. Anyway, we'll get to Governor Cuomo and his vaccine bumbling. They can screw up anything. It's amazing. I could see the nursing home disaster, how you could make that stupid mistake, but we give out 80 million flu shots every year. We figure out how to give out 200,000 vaccines a week. Just a place all over the Trump inauguration. Nobody forgot about that. Also, hey, Martin Luther King, we had this up yesterday. Besides all of his greatness and all that, he was just a regular guy with a sense of humor and a good personality. Why, here's a clip of him on the Tonight Show telling a joke. You can't imagine that now. He's such a legendary figure. But watch him on the Tonight Show, just telling Johnny Carson a joke. Also, if you want to see some of the best life advice that ever had. How powerful amazing life advice. Take a look at it. It's all on the webpage. Go to 710WOR.com/Mark. 710WOR.com/Mark.
I learned the hard way about the entitled theft. You better pray this never happens to you, because it can ruin you financially. Here's how the crime happens. The legal title is
for not meeting with Joe Biden. Oh, but I'm sure, Mitch McConnell's meeting with Joe Biden tomorrow morning, Mom. He's going to church with him. Yeah, all right, Mr. Thanks. Oh, you're going to see these swamp guys all hugging and grace and even that. I don't know the name. What do you think will be loyal to Donald Trump? They're running back to the swamp, and even the ones who were close to Donald Trump, they're in the swamp meeting right now, telling everybody, oh my God, he's Trump. Oh, I love Donald Trump. I'm so glad he's Trump. That's the way it is. Hey, Joe Biden, when you go to the inaugural, the ex-president and new president, you're supposed to ride together in the car, aren't you? Oh, a lot of things are supposed to happen, yeah. The new president's supposed to go to the White House and, sit down and have coffee with the outgoing president, a lot of things like that. Yeah, but they can't do that. First of all, virus and all that stuff. You see Biden and Trump riding in the car. Every 5 minutes, Biden is turning to Trump. Who are you? After children, this was fascinating. Everybody must hear from you. Liberal Democratic friends, they're all canceling everything tomorrow. I want to watch the announcement. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Oh, yeah. I want to watch the speech. I want to watch the speech. And you stay home for them. It's going to be weird because there's not going to be any audience there to give many reaction if you guys are in line. Oh, no. You're not going to need any cars there. Cars are around cars next to the stage. I guarantee if he has a good line. Well, they'll be coming from Silver Springs, Maryland. They've got the place blocked off that far away. That's official cars. There they'll have they'll have to have a lot of cars there. You watch tomorrow. Just looking at these things. This will be amazing. Anyway, let's take one more call. So David in Queens. David, how you doing?
Hey, Mark, good morning. Mark, the 112 question, why would this disconnect from 7 million Americans in the country? All you have to do is listen to this commercial that your station has been playing from the CDC with the country bumpkin speaking about COVID with the badge open in the background. You really get the riches, Mark.
All right, thanks. Just ignore the CDC. There's nothing to do with anything. It's like look at their track record. The one thing they should have been helpful with is the pandemic. They were the worst throughout this pandemic. Remember every guideline? Here's the guideline. We say, that's not the guideline. Forget that guideline. Here's the real guideline. Then 2 weeks later, all right, that's not the guideline. Here's another guideline. Remember, you must quarantine for 14 days because that's the maximum incubation period. Then they change it. Yeah, 10 days. And if you secretly ask them, why don't you change it to 10 days? Well, we found most people won't do 14, so we changed it to 10. Do that. Supposed to push people to do their work. Anyway, Bill O'Reilly will be with us next. He's one of the smartest guys in the world. Let's see what he's got to say about all of this. Coming up next on 710 WOR. Let's get the latest news. Here's Bill Barton. Okay, Mark, the Mets have fired their new general manager, Jared Porter, after he admitted sending lewd pictures to a female reporter back in 2016. Owner Steve Cohen says they have zero tolerance for that type of behavior. FBI reportedly worried about extremist groups posing as National Guard troops to attack the Capitol during the inauguration. After it's completely off-limits for civilians and bridges leading into the Capitol have been closed to the public. President Biden and President Trump skipping the inauguration. He said gets military send-off earlier in the month. Governor Cuomo isn't going to the inauguration. Possible armed protests at the Capitol. The governor says he needs to be there. Next update, 11 o'clock breaking news on Sunday, and next week in the morning. This is tomorrow on Show. Stronger. The Dow getting help from Goldman Sachs delivering better than expected earnings as we kick off earnings season now in earnest. A raft of S&P 500 companies will be reporting this week. Also, as we speak, Treasury Secretary nominee Janet Yellen, former chair of the Federal Reserve, is before a Senate committee
talking about going big with respect to stimulus spending in order to ensure an economic recovery takes hold. We also have oil and gold trading up on the day, modestly so. We have interest rates moving a bit higher. The yield on the 10-year treasury about 1.1%. And the dollar a little weaker against key foreign currencies. The market now processing the Biden administration's new nominees for cabinet positions, the upcoming inauguration tomorrow, secured and locked down as the nation's capital is, and then earnings and economic data due out later in the week. But for now, a positive start to the overseas markets, particularly Asia, sending a positive tone to world market activity. I'm Ron Zana for New York 710 WOR.
Indoor outdoor pickup delivery. Restaurants survive. When will we be able to attend Broadway again?
WOR. Small businesses need a steady partner in the world. That's Salesforce. Salesforce gives you sales, service, and marketing all in one secure platform, accessible from anywhere. You can connect with your team, share information, and automate processes. And best of all, we're here to help anytime with service, support, and proactive tips to help you grow. Form deeper connections with your customers starting now. Try it for free at salesforce.com/SMB. That's salesforce.com/SMB.
You stayed home to stay safe. Now it's time to come back out to stay healthy. Because when it comes to the health of your heart, certain things just can't wait. So keep getting your regular cardiac care and testing, those necessary procedures and heart screening. Because at Hackensack Meridian Health, we've made it safer than ever for you to return to the care you need. So keep getting crucial heart care and keep getting better. Make an appointment with a cardiologist at hackensackmeridianhealth.org/heartcare now.
The last year was a brutal wake-up call. It proves why you should always prepare, far in advance, for any emergency if life throws at you. This year, the smartest move